All right, let's dive in. Today, we are breaking down the incredible way NFL superstars build their fortunes. What started out as just simple off-season jobs has completely morphed into a playbook for creating these massive, multifaceted business empires. So let's get into it. So let's just start with this number because it's pretty staggering. $600 million. That's the net worth of one of the richest NFL players of all time. But what's really fascinating here isn't just the number, it's who it belongs to, and maybe more importantly, how in the world he earned it. See, here's the twist. The man behind that number, he's not some modern-day superstar with a jaw-dropping contract. Nope, he's a quarterback from back in the 1970s. So that's the real question, right? How did he build a fortune that rivals and, in some cases, completely blows past today's biggest names? Well, the answer really shows us the original playbook for how players built wealth. To really understand the how, we've got to rewind the clock. We're going back to what I'm calling the old playbook. And its absolute master was the legendary Dallas Cowboys quarterback Roger Staubach. And this is where the story gets really wild. While Staubach's net worth is that massive $600 million, his entire earnings from his 11 seasons playing football were less than $2 million. So yeah, it's pretty clear his fortune was not made on the gridiron. I mean, look at this comparison. It just shows you the insane difference between the eras. At his absolute peak, Staubach's highest salary was about $160,000 a year. Now compare that to the current Cowboys quarterback, Dak Prescott, who's pulling in an average of $60 million a year. The scale isn't even in the same universe. So how did he pull it off? It's pretty incredible. While his teammates were off on vacation in the off-season, Staubach went out and got a job at a real estate firm. He just wanted to learn the business. He spotted this niche opportunity, representing tenants instead of landlords, and launched his own company in 1977, while he was still playing. He grew that thing into a national powerhouse, and then, in 2008, he sold it for over $600 million. Now that was the original playbook. Okay, so let's fast forward to the modern game. Today, the foundation of wealth for players is built on two just massive pillars, these enormous contracts and a whole universe of endorsement deals. First, let's talk contracts. I mean, it's a quarterback's world, and we're just living in it. You've got Dak Prescott at the top of the food chain at $60 million a year. And right on his heels, you have a whole squad of stars like Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence, all clocking in at $55 million. The money they make just for playing is, well, it's astronomical. And that second pillar, that's endorsements. This is where athletes use their fame, their brand, to promote major companies. And it creates this whole separate multi-million-dollar income stream that has nothing to do with what happens on the field. And you don't have to look any further than Patrick Mahomes. He's making an estimated $7 million a year just from his brand deals. And his portfolio is so diverse. You've got giants like State Farm and Adidas, but he was also the first NFL player ever to sign a deal with Oakley. And of course, he's not the only one. This is just standard operating procedure now for the elite guys. Icons like Tom Brady have had these legendary partnerships with brands like Under Armour, and someone like Russell Wilson has deals with giants like Nike and even Microsoft. This brand income is just a core part of the modern athlete's whole financial picture. Okay, but here is where things get really, really interesting. The top players today, they aren't just stopping at huge salaries and a bunch of endorsements. They're adopting a whole new playbook, building their own empires. They're becoming entrepreneurs and investors, just like Staubach did, but they're starting way earlier. What that means is the income of a modern athlete mogul is super diversified. The player contract, that's just one slice of the pie. It's totally supplemented by endorsements, their own business ventures, major investments, and real estate. It's a whole portfolio. And you see this playing out everywhere. Tom Brady, he didn't wait until retirement. He launched his TB12 wellness company, a clothing line, and a media company. Patrick Mahomes is a part owner of a baseball team, the Kansas City Royals, and he's investing in tech. Russell Wilson has stakes in fashion. They're actively building businesses while they are still in their prime. So what they're doing is actually brilliant. They've taken that entrepreneurial hustle from Roger Staubach's old playbook, right? And they've supercharged it with the immense capital they're getting from the modern game's mega deals and endorsements. It's truly the best of both worlds. But as you can probably guess, having all these different things going on, contracts, businesses, investments, taxes, it creates a whole new challenge. You can't just manage all that by yourself. You really have to start thinking like a CEO. And there's this perfect quote from the financial experts at AWM Capital that just hits the nail on the head. More money means more complexity. And when you have that complexity, it necessitates more clarity. Earning the money is one thing, but managing it, that's a whole different ballgame. And that's exactly why the whole model has shifted. It's gone from just having a single financial guy to building a full-on financial team. You can't just have one person handling all of this. You need a coordinated group of experts in tax, in law, in investments to navigate all that complexity and actually protect and grow that wealth for generations. So it all comes down to this. The modern athlete has evolved way beyond just being a player. To truly win financially, they have to become the CEO of their own enterprise. They're managing their brand, they're overseeing investments, and they're directing their whole team of experts. This entire evolution, right, from Staubach's off-season side hustle to today's athlete CEO, it has been absolutely incredible to watch. And it really makes you wonder, now that players are operating at this level of business sophistication, what's the next frontier for creating wealth in sports? It's a pretty fascinating question to think about.